one,
No.
night one, in the books,
Mm-hmm.
went out with a bang. I don't think anybody saw the ending coming.
You
I don't
know,
think anybody saw the ending coming. But we gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that. If y'all don't know, I got my boy Straw in here with me.
what's going on, world?
His audio is pretty good, but his video ain't doing too good right now. So, but we're gonna bypass that. We're gonna get right into it, man.
Yes, sir. That's what we're gonna get to.
So to start off the show, hold on.
You know, that really sounded like a toilet at first.
It sound like what?
It really sounded like a toilet at first.
I know it probably sounds like a toilet, but look, main event: Jay Uso, ring attire, bro. You saw what he had on tonight?
I mean, man, it was very main event worthy. It really was. So, you know, he showed up, showed out. He stuck with the day one ish. He stayed grounded about it. It was smooth.
Yeah, yeah. Man, I like the fact that he went blue and with the spark. I think blue fit him more than anything, especially with his theme being blue and then his. But when he came when the band or whatever started playing, right, when they came out, I feel like it kind of threw it off a little bit.
Cause it didn't match. But I mean the flags was a bit extra, but you know, it's WrestleMania. If it ain't extra, it ain't enough. So
yeah, they did it. They did it super big, like bigger than big. So
the biggest.
So yeah, that's interesting. And then Gunther came out like
like a
the
typical German man.
Whoa. Alright. So Gunther came out like the old school beat you down, ground and pound champ he is, bro.
If you ever seen Rocket 4 and think of Drago.
Pretty much. But a lot of people don't respect him. I won't say respect him, I say they don't like him, but I respect Gunther. I respect his grind, his hustle, everything.
You
Because
can't deny the work ethic. You
can't,
ain't gotta like it, but you can't deny it.
definitely can't deny it, bro. Like he might not do a whole lot of special stuff, but he that old school heavyweight champ. Like he beat you up, he beat you down. Like you can't do nothing with him. Like
you know, a bare chest hates to see that man coming.
yeah, cause he gonna smack you. He gonna smack you up and down. He see you coming. Like your chest gonna be red. Like you saw how he did Jimmy Big Oos, Big Jim Oos.
Did you see what he did to Dominic?
What up? What up, people? Antoinette, Bets VR. Welcome to the stream, man. Um, yeah, yeah. He had Big Jim Oos bleeding from head to toe, man. When they got in there. So
I mean, man, you can't expect nothing different. It wasn't even a shock. You knew what you were getting into when you signed that contract and chose to make this deal, man. It's the big stage.
hey, what's up, everybody checking in? Welcome to the stream, man. Wrestlemania recap. Drop your comments, drop your reactions, and everything, man. And let me know how you think WrestleMania 41 went, night one. So during this match, bro, like I don't think it reached the peak it should have, but it completed the story because Gunther has been really getting under Jay's skin like for months now. He literally been beat him up or somebody he love every week on Raw, all that good stuff. So it's crazy. And just to see it come to this, come to a head this kind of way, and for it to end that kind of way was interesting to me.
I mean, it makes sense. Like you want to speak on it technically. This all these crossing paths. This really came over for like this been going on for a year. We talking titles have changed, paths have been crossed. Like it's been enough going on into this one. But you know, it's about time. I do agree. It could have been like there could have been a little bit more pops in there, but a story was finished today, and that's you can't take away from what was told. So.
Story was finished, good storytelling as well. These folks in the chat kind of funny. I
And
think
it was actually a good match. It could have been better, but it was still a good match. But you know, when you going at it band for band and blow for blow, like this is the sixth time they've done this. So
yeah, I mean,
so it's like
you just can't keep beat. You really can't beat the same person that's grinding and working towards something every day. Like it's hard to beat the same person 100 times in a row.
It's
Like
also hard to come up with new stuff each time you do it.
yeah, definitely. And Jay kind of became immune to some of the hits and stuff he was taking. Like he was laughing in the middle of the match. So everybody, man, once it was over, I didn't expect for Jay Uso to make Gunther tap though. I didn't expect that at
I
all.
think no one saw that coming because, like, if you know Jay Uso, you all know firsthand. If we gonna keep it a stay, you're not even a submission type of guy. So
A gear, backward chokehold, which is normal, right? That's a normal, the basic, most basic chokehold you can put somebody in. But
mm-hmm.
making Gunther tap, I'd
that's
rather get that 1, 2, 3. I'd
that.
rather get that 1, 2, 3.
Honestly, it's more embarrassing on his end to willingly choose to tap out to that, especially on a grand stage like that. That's a fumble right there. But
Definitely, definitely. Bro, the pop when he got the tap, that's what I think really affected the pop, like when he won. Because he didn't get the 1, 2, 3. He got the tap out, they rang the bell, and like half of the people in the crowd didn't even know he won for real. His
a lot of
reaction wasn't even like he won.
a lot of people don't understand that when it comes to submissions in wrestling matches are not as interactive for friends to go along with, especially the way a submission works. So a lot of people in submissions really just, they don't know if it's a real submission or if they tap it out because of an injury. So
Yeah.
you don't see a lot of things that go on, especially with a tap out. No one expects that. Especially the way when you see how Gunther set up. Like, it was very unexpected, but it was a good way to go.
It definitely was. Definitely was unexpected. Gunther has been dethroned officially. The ring general, the man, Mr. Ground and Pound beat you down, King of the Ring, all of that, right? He was the IC champ for a good long time. I knew he
666 days. Yeah, that sounds about right.
366.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, that's how long he was the IC champ. But I mean, Gunther, I think he still got a good future. And, he's still one of the heavyweights, so it ain't too many left, so he ain't going nowhere. So I don't see that coming. But
I kept saying
he,
it's about time we see this man as a real character development because like let's really address the elephant in the room. 90% of Gunther's entire time in this company, he's literally been a champion, and we
okay,
need to see more of him without it, just a little bit.
we
Because,
need
like, mind you, like, what we gonna do? We gonna have Kaiser come back in the picture, and, like, really give him some bands of misfits. Like, we need to see what his road to glory looks like, because it's never been a downhill for him for real.
yeah, because he came in just bullying people like.
Like, mind you, even when he lost the Intercontinental Champion, his
uh,
his rebound was winning King of the Ring after being placed into it, and he won his first world title opportunity.
Yeah,
Like, you went from elevating one title to going to the next. So we need to see how he can carry a company into this field as himself.
but that's how it usually works with the IC champ. Like usually the IC champ becomes the heavyweight champ. So even with Jay Uso, the last championship he held with the IC champ. So that's usually how it go. But I would like to see some character development from Gunther as far as not being a champ. But I think that he is. I think the character he is now is pretty good. I don't think he should change it just yet. I don't
Yeah.
think it's time for a major change. But big shout out to the main event, Jay Uso, man. Finally did it. Finally became the champ. Brought back that gold to the bloodline, man. Shout out to Jay Uso, man.
To the family, it is what it is, man. Shout out to Big Jim. Shout out to because Big Jim played a real big part of how this story elevated, and a lot of people didn't give enough credit for that, in my opinion. Because man,
Yeah,
you see Big Brother go down like that, took a little sacrifice, but
yeah,
any man that could just walk up to that big man of meat right there, nope, no homo, no, that's besides the point. It just slap him in the face. That a lot of men won't do that.
yeah.
I'll just
Like
put that
it's
out there. A lot of men.
he got balls for doing that, and then also taking that beating like he did, leading into this, because that played right into the storytelling too. Like you got to be able to take a beating like that, and whether it's scripted or not, that's his brother. Like still,
That
so
he literally has his face.
Yeah, like so it was definitely something. Shout out to Big Jim. Shout out to Jay Uso, man. I'm glad to see him finally on top. Like I
But
said,
man, I
brought back.
put it to you like this though. I bet you nobody's gonna ever walk in that room and ask which twin are you again.
Oh no, they know he the one that won it all.
Mm-hmm.
He the twin that won it all. He the twin that done had three championships. So, all right, moving on to the next match on the card, man. The New Day versus the Viking Raiders for the tag team championships. I think this was a very subpar matchup. Very subpar.
I would call it a quality intermediate match, personally. Like, and what I mean by that, it's a good transition to continue the show. So
Uh,
when you go and you look at it, like mind you, based on the build up to this, I was promised a war. I didn't exactly get that, but it felt like a raw match if I want to be honest. But it was still a good quality match. We also got to point out the key points here that, funny enough, this was New Day's first official win on the WrestleMania card, so that's a milestone right there.
they were their first official win on
Uh-huh. They were
WrestleMania.
0-5 before tonight.
They were 0-5 at WrestleMania?
Yes, they were.
No way.
Yes, sir. Kofi Mania isn't a tag team. As the New Day, this is their first match. This is their first win as a team at WrestleMania.
Huh. That's an interesting fact.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Now the fashion they wanted in, I think we should have seen them other guys. And you know who I'm talking about.
I mean, man, clearly some people didn't want the smoke, but we not gonna speak on that. So,
We should have saw Montez Ford and that big athletic gorilla he got with him, man.
you
Man,
know, that's gonna get flagged one day, but we'll get to that when that happens.
yeah. He man. But the Viking Raiders, they still got they whether or not they won, they got their WrestleMania moment. I'm pretty sure a lot of more people were more exposed to them than it was before.
Yeah,
With them just being on this card. Hopefully hopefully they bounce back. I don't think they're boring. I just don't think they stand out enough either. So
I
maybe.
mean, they have little flashes, but it got to take a little consistency. Because I will say firsthand, it's unfortunate that they are one of those teams that do come into play with a lot of injury issues, as well as some personal stuff for them as a team. It always breaks in there, especially when they start getting good momentum. So
Uh,
personally, I'm fine with the New Day winning. Match could have been a little bit better, especially when you promised that it was going to be a war. I like that New Day stuck to their moments of like how they chose to want it, and now
mm,
we're gonna have a consistent tag team to boo.
a consistent tag team to boot. So eventually, dang, what's my guy's name, man? Montez Ford group.
Angela Dawkins. The Street Profits.
Yeah, the Street Profit. So what I want to see is those two go at it. I don't care to see anything else. I want to see the Street Profit versus the New Day. Now the Viking Raiders, wish them luck in their future endeavors, but I actually don't see them being in WWE on the main show like at the end of this year. Like seriously, I don't see it.
It's always about priorities, man. Some things in life just happen to get into the way of that, so you can't really fault them. They're a great team. Like you're not gonna get tag team chemistry as good as the way those two men have it, especially for their size and their ability. So
Uh-huh.
so I can appreciate that. But like mind you, a lot of people really kind of forgot that, they were the champions because they don't fight every week because it's most of their matches, it's always it's a iffy chance. But when they come to put on the show, they come and put on the show.
Yeah, yeah, they do. They show up, and I think this is gonna help the new day solidify themselves as a heel, being the champs, because now they can boast and brag all they want to, and it's actually meaningful. You know what I mean? Because this is their first heel. This is their first time being heel champ. So let's see how they go about it.
Hmm.
All right. So moving on from that boring matchup, like just being honest, the way they ran out was hilarious though. Like they stole it.
As black men, what can you expect? But You
Yeah,
got to get away with a good robbery from here and there.
yeah, definitely. So the matchup, I think this next matchup was very much anticipated. I was ready to see it. I actually wanted to see them fight a little bit longer, but Jade versus Naomi.
And I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna let you take the lead on this one. I know you've been waiting for this matchup for a little minute here. So let you get your little flowers in. No,
I
I
want
think I think you should run a point on this one. I think you should run a point.
okay. I'm gonna take this back. We're gonna give a little backstory with this one. Jade Cargill got broke off TV because she got pushed off of a ledge or whatever onto a windshield of a car.
It was a very good push. I just want to add, but continue.
Yeah. And usually when you get pushed onto something like the back of your head or wherever you land at, that's what gets bruised or busted. But she was beat up, swollen eyes, red scratches on the head, everything. Like she was
You
beat
could,
bad. But nobody knew who did it. And she was
but
not.
you could tell this was a black person who did it when you looked at the marks.
Come on, man. Come on. All right. So we night two Randy Orton versus Brock Lesnar in a backlash rematch. Bro, that would be insane. Oh my god, that would be insane. If night two Randy Orton versus
That
Brock.
would be disturbing. That would be
Oh my god,
that would
that
be
would be
disturbing.
insane, bro. If Brock come out, you know how the crowd gonna go crazy
The
for
crowd
Brock.
ain't gonna expect that. The crowd ain't gonna.
Yeah, like they gonna go every time Brock come out, bro. You hear pop when you hear that. Dun,
Mhm. When you
dun,
just see that little beast animal just roam in the mix of a Titantron.
yeah, yeah, that's crazy. But let's get back to Jay real quick, right?
Yeah. Let's get back
So
into the real depth of this.
fast forward to elimination. No, when you fast forward a little bit, Jade Cargill was Bianca Belair's tag team partner, so they need another one. So Naomi filled that role. No
Mm-hmm.
harm, no foul, right? Everybody was okay with that. Like, okay,
Mm-hmm.
it's for Naomi to be there.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody speculating that Liv Morgan or somebody else did it to Jade Cargill, but why would Liv Morgan do that? Like, honestly, that's the whole time I'm thinking, like, why would she do that?
Yeah. What did she gain from that? It's Jade.
Yeah,
Like
yeah. And then this is Liv. Like Liv, I don't even like that's not her MO really. Like if she
mhm.
did it,
She
it would
gonna
have been
tell you.
advertised. Yeah, it would have been advertised. She would have did it behind closed door. It would have been advertised.
Mm-hmm.
So fast forward to Elimination Chamber, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody is in Elimination Chamber. You got 6 women, right? Two of
Mm-hmm.
those 6 women, or three. Three of those 6 women. Very important. You got Liv Morgan, you
Uh-huh.
got Bianca Belair,
Uh-huh.
and you got Naomi, right?
Yes, we do. This is true.
So everybody is waiting to see who Jade Cargill is coming out to get. A lot of people think it's Liv.
Subpar. This is a note that no one expected her to come back at this
Oh,
event.
yeah. She surprised everybody. This was definitely a surprise return. I didn't see this return coming, but when she came out, like you could tell she was ready. She did not come to do any talking at all.
She came on
So
standing on business.
she came out, right? Liv is in the ring. Naomi is in the ring. Naomi is standing back watching her. She get in the ring, she walking toward Liv, and
Mm-hmm.
she turns, she just starts unloading on Naomi. And everybody shocked. Bianca Belair in the chamber, beating on it, going crazy, telling them to let her out and everything. And this shocked me. It shocked a lot of people. But Naomi got beat black and blue by Jade Cargill that day at Elimination Chamber. And the way she kicked her, oh my God.
Personally, I felt that was pressing charges worthy, but I'm not a superstar, so I wouldn't really know.
Yeah, man, the way she kicked her was insane, bro. Like,
It
oh
was
my
very much unneeded, especially the way she punched her in the opening. I think you proved your point right then and there, but I think the kick was just to really solidify how hurt she was as a young woman. So
And bro, I'm pretty sure Jade Cargill is like freaky strong. Like seriously, like I know she just doesn't look the part. I'm pretty sure she is. So, not every punch does not get pulled. I want y'all to keep that in mind. Like they are getting hit sometimes. So
hmm
fast forward to after that, Bianca Belair having a breakdown. She pretty much stepped away from both of them, let them have it. And then Jade and Naomi start hate banging it out for a few weeks. Get
hmm
to WrestleMania. All right, here we go. Finally, let's see what's going on. Now, going into this match, I think you said you had Naomi winning, right?
that I did. I did say that.
and I had Jade winning because it's Jade. Like seriously, like. But I think Naomi needed this win more than Jade did tonight. I really do.
which is why I picked her winning. But sometimes you got to do what's good for the greater good here. So it was a very entertaining match. It was very quality. I will admit that. Like I'm really proud of what our our beautiful black women really displayed for this good quality matchup here. Because we don't get a lot of one-on-one matches in the business. So this was a good display, and they really did exceptionally well.
Hey, it's Cena lose. There's no point to be here. I wish Cena win because Cody title reign is so boring. I'm gonna
We'll
have to
speak on that.
disagree. Hold on, I'm gonna have to disagree. Cody title reign is not boring. It's not. It's really not boring because of the people that's been involved in it. It's not boring, and Cody's promo skills has gotten better, right?
Just a
But
little bit. Just a little bit.
but
I will admit
John
though.
Cena has to win. John Cena got to win. He got to.
I I will admit though that Cody, he in my opinion, he could be better as a wrestler. In my opinion, he could be. Like not to take away from his ability or what going on, but I can firsthand admit throughout the year to what one of our commenters was speaking on here. I can tell you firsthand a good chunk of Cody's matches in this title reign did put me to sleep. Now, now the great, now I'm just saying, but the man who held that title for 1,316 days never did that. But I
Hey man.
digress. But
Hey man. Look. Like I said, at the end of the day, do I like Cody? Do I like what he's doing? Yes, Cody is a real champion, right? You think about what a champion is,
mm-hmm.
what he looks like, what he
This is
represents
facts.
outside of the ring. Cody is a real champion.
This is
But look
facts.
here, John Cena, he needs to win this, or it might get ugly. I'm just saying. I
Me
ain't
personally, I know what I'm gonna do if I don't get what I want.
I ain't gonna say nothing, but I think it's gonna get ugly, if you know
I,
what I
I
mean.
know what I'm gonna do, but me personally, but we'll see how tomorrow plays out.
Yeah, now tomorrow I'm gonna be streaming live. I'm gonna do a live reaction tomorrow, and then we'll get into the aftermath. You know what I'm saying? Shoot, we probably do that together too.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll go to the next card. Now this matchup, I didn't think that it had enough build up before WrestleMania, and that's LA Knight versus Jacob Fatu.
I would like to put a disclaimer in here. This matchup was for the YN specifically. This matchup was for them specifically, and they did deliver. I will give them that.
yeah. That this man, he definitely is a YN, but I didn't think this match had enough build up, but obviously that did not matter because these two guys put on a great
Show
show.
banger.
Why they put on a great show?
It was a great way to follow up a banger match too.
Yeah.
Like you go banger per banger. It's a good one. That's how you carry the momentum of a show. It was a good one.
Wait, said, hold on 1 second. Bro, did you know Rock showed three fingers in his promo? That means three souls. For the first one, Roman, second one, Cena, and the third one is Mysterious.
I
The
think we all
third
know
one
who
is
the third
Seth.
one is.
The third one is Seth, bro.
I think we all know who that third one is. I think we all.
That third one's Seth, bro. That third one's Seth Rollins.
I mean, you can't really be surprised of a man who didn't have a soul to begin with. But
Hey, look,
I digress.
I know that's a hot topic. We got to save that one because we got a lot to talk about on that one. I know we do. We're gonna save that one. But
If anyone asks, I'm fine. I want that to be known.
yeah, we'll go with favorite wrestler and all that. So yeah, LA Knight versus Jacob Fatu. The bit, like I said, the build up to this match, I think it was subpar, but the match deleted
Exceeded.
all deleted all that. The way LA Knight entered, loved it, pulled up like a real celebrity, like LA Knight, like he's a showsman, right?
That was a Maserati, right? That was.
Yeah, yeah, he's a flexor, so that's what he do. You know, that's a part of his mo. And hey, that's a part of his mo. So and Jacob Fatu came out solo cheering him on. I was actually glad to see Solo, bro. Like for real.
That says a lot, cause him in that white suit. He didn't really let the taking over, like stepping up for the family in their time of need. He really let that weight get to him. But that's besides the point.
But yeah, I was happy to see Solo, and he looked happy for real for Jacob, even though they've had their differences. But hey man, you did your part. You played Solo played his role very
Very
well.
well.
I don't think he got his props or much flowers that he deserved because people don't understand. If you hate a heel, the heel is doing
Doing
their
his
job.
job very well.
Like you can't say this heel sucks because everybody hate him. No, this heel is great because everybody hate him.
That's literally his job. That's what he's supposed to do.
Like that's a part of it. But just Jacob Fatu, man, it amazes me how athletic this guy is. Just the double jump up the top rope, jumping out the springboard, backflip,
Hmm.
uh, pretty much just doing superstar presses
I
for.
want this to be known that a man his size and his mental state should not be able to do this.
Nah,
I want that to be shown here.
no, man, man. Look, he amazes me every time he step on the ring. And I like that little dance he be doing sometime when he
Well,
get the
when I
finish.
said that right there proved to me he was on all. I can't even say it because of the platform we on. When I tell you that was not needed. As soon as he walked out there and did his dance, I said, "Yeah, we know what kind of night LA Knight's gonna have."
Yeah,
So you can go ahead and get ready. You can go.
yeah, yeah. So man, but LA Knight did did not waver. LA Knight, I don't think LA Knight flinched or kneeled one time. LA
And that,
Knight LA Knight did not lose. He got beat.
mm-hmm.
He
Unlike the
got,
Shinsuke match back in Survivor Series,
yeah, he didn't lose this match. He actually got beat.
he
Like
got
so,
dethroned properly. He
yeah,
brought it. He was on his A game. He wasn't distracted or off or nothing.
yeah. He was on point, man. Did you see that BFT out of midair?
That takes
Like
a lot to catch that on the fly like that because you can tell by the way he jumped off it wasn't playing. But I digress.
man, like he LA Knight, man, very lovable guy by the crowd too, man. Everybody saying LA Knight.
Yeah.
Man, he's a very lovable guy by the crowd. So I mean, I definitely know his future with WWE. He could probably make the decision what he wants to do, as far as progression. But Jacob Fatu, I'm surprised but I'm not because
Mm-hmm.
he is talented, right? And he hasn't been on the main show, which is SmackDown Raw, even a year yet. And he's
Right.
already a title holder. He already got some gold. He got a U.S. championship. So Jacob Fatu, Samoan Werewolf, indestructible, irresistible. He's a force to be reckoned with. I see him being a fighting champion. I see him going around picking fights. Like, hey, you come fight me tonight for the championship. Like, I
And
see
personally,
that kind of champ.
I'm gonna have a sick day if that's my position.
Uh-huh.
Me personally, but some people gotta really learn they fight they battles the hard way. So whoever sees Jacob in that backstage, I just want to tell you now, good luck. Y'all have fun with that.
Man, look, Jacob, it's gonna be hard to dethrone him. But guess who's gonna dethrone him?
I'm curious to know your take on this. Who do you think is gonna be?
I love you solo.
You think Solo is really gonna backdoor his own family like this?
Jacob marked him for dead at one point in time.
I
You know what I
mean,
mean?
I can see that, but I don't know. It's gonna have to be a real good display of a match.
Hey, Alone Fitness say never trust Paul Heyman again. Okay, look, because my boy,
We're still getting to that.
we gonna get to that. Like I promise y'all, we're getting to that because that we
Thank you for that comment, by the way.
me and my boy Stroy, we on opposite sides of the fence with that. So that's gonna
Opposite
be
sides is a very professional way to make that statement.
we we on opposite sides of the fence with that one. So we gonna see how we go. So the next match, I actually did not care for this match, but I cannot deny how good and athletic both of these guys are, and that was Ray Phoenix, right?
Yeah,
And
that's right. Phoenix the newcomer, and we have the mysterious Americano, El Grande
he was
Americano here.
El
No,
Grande Americano.
no
Originally,
one.
he was supposed to fight Rey Mysterio, but Rey Mysterio
Mysterio
pulled
got a
the
little. He
tag.
got a little banged up on Friday. It's kind of
Nah,
unfortunate. That just comes with the business.
he pulled the Chad Gable, bro. That's what he did. He pulled the Chad game. He said, "I can't compete tonight. I'm sick. I'm beat up." And then Ray Phoenix got his he got his WrestleMania moment, bro. Like that's the thing too that we cannot forget. Like these
For a
superstars,
great debut we putting on for the people.
yes, these superstars, these athletes, they are on display amongst millions, maybe even billions of people because this was streamed in every single country tonight.
And people thought I
Every,
was lying when I kept saying this is bigger than the what?
this
No
like
J.
bigger than
Cole.
the world. This bigger than the world almost.
Big as the Super Bowl.
Nah, this bigger than the Super Bowl. I know these numbers did better than the Super Bowl.
Of course they did, everything in New Orleans ain't that entertaining. No shade, but it is what it is.
Hey, you know what? We ain't gonna get on that. I never been to New Orleans, so I don't get that. But I am a Falcon fan, so you know how that go. So
Man. I don't exactly pity you because y'all had the ball, but it's gonna always be unfortunate. So
okay, we ain't gonna talk about the Falcons. It's
we
the
we we not like, mind you, they're a good team, and I know a lot of people gonna hate those words. They really are a good team. It's just unfortunate how decision making really comes at sometimes.
Ray Phoenix versus El Grande Americano.
I
So
mean, I will say this match did better than what people thought it would do.
yeah,
I will say that.
I let you take point on this match, man, because I didn't really care for it honestly, man.
I mean, so it's not really much to go. You got another filler match in a sense when you look at it, but so when you really look at the point, like Rey Mysterio, he gets unexpectedly pulled from a little tag match. You see him limping back and whatnot from Friday, but that's besides the point. So we get a little twists and turns. We get some bumps. We get some great quality lucha wrestling. We get some quality movements here. I like the little exchange of the back and forth between like both shoulders being on the ground, the one, the twos.
Yeah,
It's a really good display of athleticism if you love real pure wrestling.
yeah.
So it was a good match overall. Me personally, should I'm just curious. Should we rate all these matches like together after we cover all of them, or should we rate them as we go? Because we haven't been rating them as we go.
All right, well we could rate them on the WWE scale. 5 star. One star to 5 star. So
Mhm.
we'll go back when we finish and we'll rate them. That way we can just go ahead and go through the
The
rest of the
card,
card.
and like let's really talk about the whole depth, the storytelling, all this other stuff at once, so we
Yeah,
can get to the real nitty, to real point of this.
yeah.
So, but yeah, I'll say it was a good match. Personally, I thought this match could have been done yesterday on SmackDown, but you know, it I'm not mad that they had a good display for it.
Yeah,
So,
this definitely. So one thing too, that I noticed, we WWE Triple H, he's smart, right? He tried to, well, not try to. He does display every culture, as far as that's wrestling too, and get them a spotlight, right? He
hmm
sure they have some people that's represented them because we have different countries watching us, so they want to see people from their country wrestle too.
yes,
So
sir.
that's why people like Ray Phoenix or
hmm
somebody. I would love to see Peter and Ray Phoenix fight. You know what I mean? Instead of
And that's gonna come one day. But they ain't even been in they ain't even got their feet wet in the water yet. They still playing around a little bit. Like, mind you, everybody has debuted in a span of 90 days ago. So
literally,
so
lit-
you gotta ease them in there. Like the hard work, it really comes at full display. It hits you fast. So
yeah, because
but
we know that they are there, but they're not gonna compete. You know what I mean? They love
it's
wrestling.
all about build-ups. It's all about perception.
Yeah.
So
Uh, so well, El Grande Americano got the dub for that match. He
mhm.
actually cheated again to win. He put a metal piece, whatever, metal block in his
All I
mask.
know was the referee didn't find it.
Of course, the referee didn't find it, but like the referee never finds it. Bro. It's crazy, bro. It's crazy.
Well,
What's that? Uh, so the next card was Tiffy time. Tiffy
yeah, we,
time.
we we got the walking Barbie,
Tiffy time. Tiffy time versus
the queen, the real queen of this
dun,
industry.
dun, dun.
A wise man once said, "To be the man, you gotta beat the man." In this case, to be the woman, you gotta beat the woman.
Woo! To be the man, you gotta beat the man.
In this case, to be the woman, you gotta beat the woman. And unfortunately,
Okay.
tonight was not one of them nights where the woman beat the woman. So
Charlotte Flair is a 14-time champ.
now, I can admit my wronging in this personally, but I digress. I'm not even gonna trip off it or nothing. So
Don't trip because the thing about it is Tiffy picked up a great win in this match. She really did, and she was able to show her lessons. But the reason I don't give this, first of all, this is a huge win for Tiffy Time. This staples her like she's here to stay, and I appreciate the backup that Triple H gave her with getting her this win over Charlotte. However, I would like to see them fight again because Charlotte is not even in rhythm yet, and
that you
that's
and
that's
you can tell too.
yeah, Charlotte's not even really. She hasn't got her feel back in the ring, and we know how Charlotte can compete. We see her fight Ronda
Yeah,
Rousey, we see
man.
her fight Bianca Belair, we see her fight Rhea Ripley. We see them go at it with everybody, right? So all them nights, everything, even with Alexa Bliss, like we see these people. Like she hasn't got her ring IQ, like
Hmm.
her feel for it. It hasn't came all the way back yet.
Right. She
But
she just came back from a long injury. Like what was it? Like she was out for almost a year. Like tore all her ACL, MCL, like, and she came back in the Royal Rumble. First match in, you gotta take what you can get on them type of plays, man. Like it is what it is. So I'm really proud. I'm proud of what she's done. Like this comeback was definitely she definitely exceeded expectations, and I can't wait for her to really get back in the swing of things.
yeah, she'll be back in the swing of things, man. Give her 3 to 6 months. As long as because she's not going to fight every night.
Yeah,
So
yeah, that's kind of true.
she's not gonna fight every week. So you got to give her about 3 to 6 months to get right. She probably gonna fight twice a month, maybe. And she gonna be training. She as well. You could tell how ripped she is. She's been in there, but I don't know if that's just from weight loss and then working out, or it's to actually like from
from the surgery, and like you got to
yeah.
build all that back up and
Yeah,
what.
she got some muscle to build back up. If it comes back, if it doesn't, that's fine. I just would like to see her back where she was before she left.
Right.
Tiffy, very very athletic. She used to be a gymnast, an ex gymnast. Her ring skills have gotten better. The way
Hmm.
she carries herself as a champ, as a lady, the way she presents herself is the way I think that the route WWE is going for. We don't call them divas anymore, but for the ladies division, right?
Right, right, and I love that. I love where we've gone with that.
Yeah, definitely. So that's changing. I even like what they done with Io Sky, but we'll talk about that card tomorrow. We ain't gonna get into that card today.
Yes,
Um,
sir.
yeah, I would like to see a rematch of these two. Probably not at Backlash. Let
Yeah,
Charlotte.
give it a little time.
Yeah, let Charlotte get a little time. I don't care if they're not even fighting for any gold. I just would like to see a rematch with these two. With Charlotte is better.
Well, she's really at her A game and
Yeah.
whatnot, man. Like,
And I would like to see Charlotte break the record. You know what I mean? So, well, break her dad's record
yes, sir.
as far as title wins. Um, it's another person I would like to see win that too. But here we go. Um,
Man, we already know what it is. That some things don't need to be explained. Let's continue, man. What are your thoughts on this match? Because I will be the one to tell you, I fell asleep on this match. I really did.
on the Charlotte match.
I really did. I fell asleep. I'm not proud to admit that, but I woke up to see how it was displayed for. So,
Um, man, I watched it, but I was at the mall, like watching this literally while I was at the mall.
which I
But
don't know why he wanted to be outside for something this big, but he didn't want to listen to me.
man,
So,
I had to go. But I was at home for the main event. That's all that mattered to me. So I watched the first match entirely and the last match entirely. So um, Charlotte, Tiffy time. This, like I said, I just it was a good split of athleticism by TV Time. Charlotte even showed her some respect in the end. She didn't get up and shake her hand and give her a hug and nothing like that. She just kind of,
It's a good nod, man. You know.
yeah, just a good little nod, and then she went on because like Tiffany showed how tough she was,
Mm-hmm.
and then how tough it's going to beat her. So I think it was a good match. I just would like to see them go at it again. Give them a few months and let Charlotte build back, and we'll go at it again.
Now, I will say for first, out of all this, for one, the build up to this match was very ugly. It was very personal, and it was very much. It was must see. Like certain things that have to go the way that they did, but they made it work. They did what it did. They did what they needed to do to really make them seats really invested, and it was a good ultimate story. I'm really proud of the class these two ladies showed at the end of it. Proud of Charlotte not holding it once it was all said and done. I'm proud of Tiffany for really acknowledging her dream. Cause like, mind you, we watched this girl like when you were tapped in, you really in tune and whatnot, man.
Yeah.
Tiffany manifested this exact moment a year ago. She wasn't even on the card last year. She wanted to be in this spot at WrestleMania in a marquee matchup against Charlotte. So, and the way she handled it, the way she didn't like underfell the moment. I love that she stuck with that, and I'm proud of her for that. You know, the girl young, the girl's 25, but it is what it is.
Hey, it's Tiffy time. It's Tiffy time, baby. It's Tiffy time. That takes us right into the main event, the triple threat match. You got the Second Street Saint CM Punk in his corner, Paul Heyman, aka the Wise Man.
The
You
walrus
got
in some people's eyes.
Roman Reigns, the Tribal Chief, the OTC. You got Seth freaking Rollins, the Visionary, the Revolutionary. Man, we're not gonna get into it. You got three giants when it comes to WWE.
This
These
is
are
a pillar of this business in one
giants.
match.
You got three giants. And these, man, oh my God. The build up for this match, I'll be honest. When it first started, I did not like it because I thought it was pushing it.
Mm-hmm.
But they started
You gotta let Hunter cook sometimes, man.
he started cooking.
You
He
gotta.
started cooking. I just waited. I said, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna see. I'm gonna see. Cause sometimes you get a little impatient. Cause you're like, oh, it ain't making sense, right? It ain't making sense. But they can't give us everything at one time. So you had to let it cook.
That's the
And it
importance of
started making
storytelling.
more sense as it went along because of the history Paul Heyman has with CM Punk. And then the history all three of these guys have with each other, right?
Mm-hmm. They
And
are all
then
the reasons why they're who they are now. They run this company. This match was really displayed for who's really the face of this when you look at it.
right.
But I'm gonna let the victor bring on his story here because now that we're slowly getting to the elephant in the room, where we're gonna let you continue because I want you to enjoy your moment here. So if y'all are singing to him slowly, let him have his moment. But I might crash out later. If you hear noises, I am playing Madden. So so,
Hey,
yeah, let him have his moment before I just take it away from him. So
I want you to get deep into it too. So CM Punk, Seth Rollins,
uh-huh.
Roman Reigns. History goes back 10 years plus.
We
10
talking we
years.
talking 2012.
10 years plus. In 2012 is when we first saw them on the scene. But they had history even before that. Even before that. This has been going on. These guys have so much history and so much tenure with each other, and they know each other. They know who each other used to be. They know who each other grew to be. They know what hurts each other. They know what helps each other. They know everything.
I love your wordplay for this right now.
They know everything. They know everything. They know who would go against them. They know how. They know why. They know everything. First man to come out, Seth Rollins. Came out in all black. He had a flamethrower. shoot it around in the air. Now, I'm gonna be honest. In this today's generation, Seth Rollins is my favorite wrestler, but I'm not biased. I'm not a biased fan, right? I'm not a biased fan of the sport, and I'm pretty sure my boy Stroy can attest to that.
If
I'm
you
not
listen
biased.
to him talk about this match a little more, you're gonna really know who he's favored in here as a non-biased person.
I favor coming into this match, Seth Rollins was the favorite, and I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna
I
tell
mean, we
you,
all knew that, but go ahead and enlighten the people.
and it got even stronger. It got even stronger. Here's why: the beef between CM Punk and Seth Rollins, they had no fault on several occasions already, right? Meaning it's not as strong and as heated as it was in the beginning because they've gotten a piece of each other.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Seth and Roman have had a few occasions like the Royal Rumble and Elimination Chamber when they run into each other, and they've gotten some of that out of the system, right? Now, here's the new beef, the newest, hottest beef, ugliest storyline between them. Paul Penguin Snake Heyman and CM Punk,
I like Walrus better.
like Walrus Heyman. CM Punk, Roman Reigns. They both have the same wise man, right? First, he was with CM Punk. Then we know him to be with Brock Lesnar. Then we know him to be with Roman Reigns, right?
Uh-huh.
So this was a tear in between these two because Paul Heyman said that he owed CM Punk a favor, right? But see, they never disclosed that information until CM Punk aired it one day on one of the shows.
Mm-hmm.
So, and we all thought that the favor was getting in the Royal Rumble or getting to the main event, but that wasn't the favor. I still, honestly, I'm lost when it comes to that favor because Paul Heyman is so trifling. Like, I don't even know.
Look,
So,
looking at how all of this played out, personally, I kind of wish this favor was a walk-in ticket to the main event of the championship match. But it is what it is.
but yeah, that's the beef between those two. So the hottest beef in this triple threat match, you got three guys. Seth Rollins isn't the point of isn't the hot commodity right now. Roman Reigns versus CM Punk is. So they was hate banging it out, you know. But when the match first started, CM Punk rolled out and let Roman and Seth fight. But in the midst of all this, somewhat in between the lines, we saw it on Raw one night, where Seth Rollins told Paul Heyman that he owes him a favor. But none of us saw that favor coming. We knew he said it. We didn't know if it was going to happen. We thought Seth could have just been just barking just to get under people's skin, which he does sometimes. But this favor here, well, I didn't even see this coming. And I studied this guy. So, man, we start this match off. Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, they hate banging it out. They in the corner. He got him up against the turnbuckle, punching him, whatever. We get right into it. Of course, you're gonna have a couple of finishers, a couple of suplexes, go to sleeps, curve stomps, pedigrees, spears, all of that, right? You got two people, Roman Slam, CM Punk, and stuff running through the desk, and that looked really, really painful. Like seriously, that looked really, really painful. And it's painting a picture as it goes on. We get near fall after near fall after near fall after
Again,
near
too.
fall, right? All these guys are kicking out. You know, none of these guys are going to get beaten easily. You know this going into this match.
You know none of these guys are gonna give an inch either.
And they not giving the inch and they're not getting beaten easily. And it's no disqualification, meaning they can do whatever they want to win. You cannot forget that part. That plays better into the hands of CM Punk and Seth Rollins. That's why Seth Rollins was my favorite coming into that. I said, okay, no DQ. Yes, Roman can get into his bag with that, but it plays to the strength of CM Punk and Seth Rollins. So I was like, okay, these guys are the two favorites, right? So
Mm-hmm.
moving right along, um, we get into a little situation that we've seen before if you watch WWE. It was all in storytelling, right? If you go back a year ago, maybe two, Paul Heyman is standing alongside the ringside with the Universal Championship in his hand. Brock Lesnar sitting on one side of the ring, Roman Reigns sitting on the other side of the ring, and he has to pick someone to give it to. Same thing happened again tonight. We toward the end of the match, they did finish it out the finish, kickouts, everything, right? They drilling low, we in deep water, announcers going crazy, tables broken, everybody waiting to see who will come out on top. So Roman Reigns went on a tear. He went on a tear. Slamming him through the desk. He throws CM Punk in, goes for the cover. 1, 2, couldn't get it 3. CM Punk, I think, if I remember correctly, he did go to sleep on Roman and Seth. Couldn't get a 1, 2, 3 count either. All 3 guys laid out in the ring. Here we go. Here we go. They started cooking right here. Paul Heyman goes over towards the announcer, towards the ring area, and grabs a chair. And I'm like, what is this guy doing? But at the same time, it's okay because it's a no DQ match. So we'll see how it goes. He walks up to the ring. He's standing there. Roman looking at him. CM Punk looking at him. They both on the floor, struggling to get up. And he looks at him. He's holding it. He's just looking at him. He looks at Roman. And he's just like, I'm sorry, my tribal chief. Gives the chair to CM Punk. Climbs in the ring. Helps CM Punk get up. Walks him over towards Roman to help CM Punk hit him with a chair. And before CM Punk could swing, a good old-fashioned nut shot from Paul Heyman to CM Punk.
Pause.
And he held it there for a minute. That surprised me, but that was predictable. That was predictable. So we think Paul Heyman is the wise man again. We think he back on Roman's side. Roman is smiling. Roman is almost crying, like tears of joy. His acting right here is incredible, right? You can see the smile on his face and almost like tears coming out his eyes. I applaud this guy. Like, he's so good at sticking to the script. So Paul Heyman walks up to him. He gives him the chair. All of a sudden, we get another picture painted again from 10 years ago, but the roles have reversed. Roman Reigns is standing behind Seth Rollins with a chair in his hand. And boy, oh boy, does he want to smack him with that chair. And right before he could itch up to do it, Seth Rollins stands up. I'm thinking in my head that Seth is going to turn around before he swings because he's taking too long. I'm like, Seth, turn around. He's taking too long. Turn around. He doesn't turn around at all. You know why? Because Paul Heyman, a.k.a. The Wars, gave the tribal chief a good old-fashioned nut shot. And he held it there, right in the groin area. Down goes Roman. Down goes Punk. Here comes the revolutionary, the visionary Seth Rollins. Now, this Seth Rollins reminded me of the Seth Rollins that signed that deal with Triple H. It gave me flashbacks of the past of the OG Seth Rollins, the way he clawed his way to the top. It gave me flashbacks of that. I was jumping for joy. Oh, I was so happy. But we get it. Seth got the chair. Of course, he hit Roman with it, and then he gave him a good old fashioned curve stomp, rolled him over. 1, 2, 3. And Seth Rollins and Paul Heyman walk out of WrestleMania 41 together. Man, you tell me that this storytelling isn't good, isn't great, and people say WWE is fake. What's fake about it? The only thing that may be fake is the script. It's real. You feel it. You see it. You got storyline. It's real. This is real
I
world.
promise you, nothing about below that belt shot was fake.
This match had me it had me going, right? Because at one point in time I knew Seth was the favorite. I knew he was, but at one point in time I'm like, man, I don't know who's gonna win. I didn't once Roman activate, once he go in God mode, right? It's hard to stop him. And then you got CM Punk, who's just resilient. Like, it doesn't matter who you put up against him. Like, he's just resilient. Like,
For a man to be straight edge, he just doesn't stop.
he just doesn't stop. So CM Punk isn't faster than anybody. He isn't stronger than anybody. He just has more guts. That's literally what it is. He just has more guts. He don't even have the most moves out of everybody. But the storytelling, this man, A plus, A plus, leading all the way up to this match. I didn't like it at first, a couple months ago, but man, boy, oh boy, did it get good. And Nico Kamar, what a performance by Roman Reigns, but he got pinned. Great performance. He got pinned. One of these juggernauts was gonna have to get pinned. And I didn't think Roman's ego was gonna let him get pinned, but he proved me wrong. I thought it was gonna be CM Punk, to get pinned. I thought he was gonna be the one to get pinned. But or either Seth. Because Seth doesn't mind getting pinned, but you gotta beat him though. You gotta beat him. So, brother, man, I'm passing it over to you. That was my part. Seth Rollins with a W, man. He showed his conniving ways once again, huh?
Mm-hmm. All right, people. I appreciate the three of y'all in here. So I'm gonna give y'all a small little backstory, cause before I even make any before I become anything, I'm not gonna be professional for the first 10 minutes of this. I'm gonna just let this be known right now. But so
Uh,
a lot of people don't know this, but me and young man Daryl here, we have a good relationship. It's a good quality brotherhood here. And
mhm.
the way our trio is set up, we really model our characteristics and our own ability after the Shield as a whole. So as you can see firsthand, he's the Seth Rollins in our group. I'm the Roman Reigns, and our other guy is our Dean Ambrose, aka the John Moxley. And that's just simply because he's the craziest one out of the three of us, so it makes sense. But that's not the point here. So before I get to anything important here, I just need to know firsthand from my brother right here, who, from Roman Reigns' perspective, I understand every reason why he hates Seth Rollins with a passion. So I just need to ask you, man to man, what more do you want from me? What more do you want from me? What more? Aren't you tired of taking everything that matters to me? Aren't you tired?
bro,
Like,
like this, it's getting to a point. You just like, I'm like, what's gonna happen? Like, one of these guys has to become the champ again, and we gotta let them fight for it. You know
I
what I
need
mean?
I need this chat to know how much of a menace he is. It's the fact that this group chat texted me immediately assuming I was angry about this. I
Yeah.
woke up in the middle of this match, so I'm really happy he gave me context of how this match really went on. It's a good quality match, but in this great storytelling, this is what you get in cinema. So you can't even really fault it. But my whole thing about it is like, it's one thing to get. My thing is when you broke up the group, man, you hit me in the back with the chair, like you hit me first. Then that wasn't enough. You become the corporate slime ball. You make your maneuvers here. You get slime literally. That's not the point. But then WrestleMania comes around. We all young boys here. We taking it back to 2015, man. Royal Rumble's won here. Roman Reigns gets his moment here. Already in a conquering match, you have the audacity to steal my main event that I worked for. You had the audacity to steal it. You come down here, you swing your briefcase in the air like a talented professional night worker. So you come here with this little briefcase in the air, you stomp the man's head in, you run away with the title faster than the New Day ran away with theirs tonight. So, but so I loot. Then we come back to last year's WrestleMania. The man finally gets the chance to hit you in the back with this chair. And all it costs is a simple token of everything that's been worked for over 1,316 days. Just to smack this one slimy Knievel architect in the back with a chair. All I had to lose was my family and my championship and my glory. That's all I had to lose. That's all I had to lose for it. And respectfully, knowing everything that's been accomplished, I can say it's worth it. But my thing is, man, like you don't hate anybody else more than this man to just like take everything. Like you needed my man that does my paperwork. You
Uh-huh.
needed the man that stays in my corner.
Hmm.
You needed the guy who really just did everything here.
Yeah.
This man
That's
took an F5 for me. You've
I
never done it.
mm. That story. So sooner or later, it got to come to an end, right? Like,
Respectfully, I hope Roman just squashes him.
what's the end game? Like, what? Because I don't know what the end game is with that, man. Like, I really don't. Like, it's tough to tell, man. I don't even know what's next after a match like that. Like, I can guess, I can assume what'll be next, right? You know, they'll be head hunting each other again for a little while,
What's
but
disturbing is the fact that this is all the first night. We have more mayhem to attend to tomorrow.
yeah, man, come on, man. That's why we got to go ahead and unwrap this tonight because we got a lot going on tomorrow. Like,
Tomorrow you going to see two really happy young men, or you gonna see or if tomorrow don't go the way it goes, you're not gonna see two men speaking on this at all tomorrow. You're gonna see two men in the street ready to go about it.
true, man. They gonna see it. They gonna see it live. Like, cause I'm going live doing WrestleMania tomorrow. Like the whole time. Like I'm watching it step for step. Like I'm live on YouTube with it. You can jump up here with me. You want to? That's cool. But we'll discuss that. But man, that main event. Um, if we compare it against the main event from last year, do you think it was better than the main event for last year? For night
Sunday,
one,
night
night
one.
one, yeah, night one of last year with Roman and The Rock versus Cody and Seth.
See, because they're both 5-star matches, so it's
Uh,
like, mm, I mean, that's hard because the thing is, night one, 100% and fully tied into the making of night two for last year. Like it was a perfect lob to night two to solidify it. So it's hard to really display this one because it was fitting. This really was a match to really determine who really runs this place, and that's really what this match was for. So, and
hey,
when I'm looking at it, man, it's like I'm not quite sure. Like I want to say that this is really hard for me to say that tonight's night one main event is better than last year's night one main event because in last year's night one, you bet everything was on the line. Like it was really like it was last year's main event was more of betting all your chips on red. Like you win, you walk away with the stack house. You lose, you broke, you're homeless. You know how Vegas gets. That's
yeah,
how Vegas gets.
yeah.
And last year, Cody essentially was walking home with no pants on, broke and homeless in Vegas. But well, that's kind of how that went.
Well, the year before that, actually.
Yeah. Because you have a bloodline rules match on paper. You're not supposed to win that. It's literally
Nah,
supposed to be stacked against you.
it's bloodline rules. Like, no, you're not supposed to
Yeah.
win.
But that's not the point. See, in this scenario right here, man, you go into a match where not only is this a match who just really wants to see who really is the guy around here and who really runs things out here on this show, but more importantly, you got three guys who two of them have a love for one another that it just turned into hate and vengeance and pettiness. And all we really do, we just striking and just going blow for blow and just going like somebody had to lose their manhood in this match. Like it's just straight hands. But when you look at it like this, man, it was like when you want a straight fight, definitely the match was better, but the storytelling was much greater last year. And I think that was the point of this match. This match was really about really getting into the ring, really getting into them hands. Like
Yeah.
so, it's really hard to tell. Like, don't get me wrong, a piece of me really did enjoy the way they put last year's night one main event together. You know, you get the Rock back for the first time. You got more people. You got everybody fighting everywhere. I will say throwing that trash can at CM Punk in the crowd was a bit excessive. But I will say that was a bit excessive. But you know, you got a straight fight. You got straight hands. You got straight striking. You got what you needed.
Mhm.
So,
Absolutely, man.
but
So on that note, let's go through. I would say that I like it. I favor this one over the one from last year.
mhm.
Um, maybe because it's fresher. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I do favor this one, but it's gonna be hard to top that that night two main event. But they can do it. They know how to do it now. They can top it. They can definitely top that one from last year.
Mhm.
And it ends and begins with number six. It starts with number 16. It ends with number 17. You hear me? So
You know, I don't have an infamous quote from Shannon Sharp because the Unk can do it better than anybody else. But all I know is doesn't matter. Cena in 17.
Cena at 17. Don't matter if she green, mean, or machine. Cena at 17.
17.
Cena at 17. There we go. That was for Uncle Shannon Shaw right now, man. Hey,
That's
check this
up
out.
right there.
So we gonna we're gonna go through and we're gonna rate every match on a 5-star scale.
Yes, sir.
1 star to 5 star. We're gonna start with the first one, which was you go first and I go second.
Okay, bet. We start with Jay and Gunther.
Yeah, Jay and Gunther, and Jay defeated him to become the world heavyweight champ.
For a WrestleMania match, the prelude, the story, the match in itself, personally, I can give this match a 4-star match. I can give it 4 stars personally.
I agree. I give the story behind it 5 stars. I get the match for
Mhm.
match.
That's
So
why
definitely,
as a whole rating, I rank it as a whole with like quality story, great little build up. They could have tweaked just a few things, which is the only reason why it's not a 5-star match.
uh-huh.
But
I mean,
it's
but it definitely. I think at the end of the day, you gave everybody what they wanted to see with that one.
mhm.
At the end
You
of the day,
gave, you gave
you
Punk
wanted to
what
see.
was needed. You gave a proper change in title for a
Yeah,
new era. You got what you needed.
yeah, definitely
So
that.
your four
Um,
stars.
so next up, we got the New Day versus the Viking Raiders. The New Day won the World Tag Champ.
Personally, looking overall wise, seeing how they came for it, I like that when you no matter how you slice it, you basically just found that they complain their way into a WrestleMania match. But
Yeah,
so personally, overall storytelling, change of hands, a little something we weren't expecting. I can
uh,
give the match because it was still quality in ring talent. I give the match a 2.
dang, dang, that's tough, man. You saying these guys not performing? You giving them a two?
A 2 out of a 5-star match. That ain't bad.
Yes, it is.
I can't give it a 3. I can't.
You got to do. You got to do 3.5 or higher, and 3.5 is average.
I mean, I give it a 2 because personally, like when you look at the way that they went about it, like this is a WrestleMania match. What they did performing wise, they done this type of match on Raw. As a matter of fact, they did do it on Raw. It just wasn't for the title. It just wasn't.
Yeah, man. I would. Well, I'm right there with you though. You say a two. I say a 3. I ain't giving it nothing. I think a 3 may be too much, but it's a 3. The storytelling wasn't enough, but
Mhm.
I think the New Day are about to have a good tag team run. So, all right, moving right along. Jade versus Naomi. Jade defeated Naomi, man.
Honestly, I can give that match the build up, the turn. Like I'm really impressed with Naomi taking this heel turn seriously. I
Yeah,
like the way they went about it. I'm not happy the way the match went personally because I think Naomi would have built Jay up for better as a better performer going down the road. But to have her first singles WrestleMania win, that's always an accomplishment. And with that alone, I can honestly give this match. Honestly, I can give this match a what's the right way to say this? I'm gonna give this match a 3.5 to be fair.
A 3.5. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
3.5. Cause see the funny, I don't want to give all the matches a 4, but it's like it was really there. It was had they went on a little bit longer, it could have went up to a 4 minimum, but they shortened it. They had to look at time a little bit. The match overall was great, but I don't 5-star rating. It was a great match. I could give it a 3.5. I really can.
Okay. Jade versus Naomi, man. First of all, I like to see these two women wrestle. They have a really good theme behind their characters in the ring too.
Mm-hmm.
And I give them the story behind it definitely a 5. Definitely a 5. The story behind it, but
Mm-hmm.
I think the match was a little underwhelming. They kept it short though, which was a good thing. But a 3.5. I go 3.5.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I like
So
good above it.
I
Everything else.
think I think this gonna be a 5-star right here, man. We got LA Knight versus Jacob Fatu, the Samoan werewolf.
I actually was gonna give this match a 4.5. I was gonna give
You
this
know,
match 4.5. Like I knew it was gonna be in the fours, but because it's WrestleMania, like see when you look at this match wasn't about storytelling. This was about two guys just want to throw hands about it. That's all this match was about.
but it was a great. Okay, look, the story. Like I said, the storytelling was not there, but the match
I mean,
tonight.
it's LA Knight being bothered by the bloodline, man. You don't really need a storyline with the bloodline. You're basically being a victim.
Yeah, that used to be how it goes. That's not the new motto though. But he was a victim tonight. He was. But also I give that match. LA Knight versus Jacob Fatu. Jacob Fatu defeated him, become to US champ. 5 stars. 5 star.
Mm. Okay.
5 star. I give it 5, bro. Like I really like that. So Ray Phoenix versus Chad Gable or El Grande
We
Americano.
cannot confirm nor deny that it's Chad Gable.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure that it is. If it's not Chad Gable, I would definitely be super surprised
I think that should be the plot twist, personally. But
that it's not Chad Gable.
I really
Yeah,
think that should be the plot twist.
yeah, definitely, it should not be him. Like, find somebody else and dress him up.
Mhm.
But
Like
what you
even if it don't fully look like him, like have somebody get the tattoo he got and everything.
what you rank this matchup?
Honestly, it was actually a good match. It really was in my eyes. But in all biasness, because I like the wrestling intake scene. As someone that knows like amateur wrestling a little bit and has some say so in it, I really like what they did because this was really about being technical. So I'm gonna give this match a 3 because it wasn't a bad match. It wasn't. It's not like a WrestleMania match, but they did good with what they were.
A 3?
Yeah, yeah, I'll give it a 3. It was a good match. It was actually a good match. It was worth 3 stars.
Okay, I give it a 3.5, and I'm pretty sure everybody who played the WWE game will understand why we ranking them like this. Like so,
Yeah. 5-star matches is all 5. Yeah,
yeah, 5 star match.
everything can't be
Oh,
5 stars now. Everything.
yeah. All right, so this match was a little underwhelming though. This next one, Tiffy Time versus Charlotte Flair. Tiffy Stratton beat Charlotte Flair to retain the women's Universal with the women's championship.
Well, I can tell you, you're not gonna like my record already. I can tell you now.
What is it?
Look, man, you get
Uh,
you getting a 3.5 max out of me. Don't argue with your mama. Don't argue with me.
no, I said this match was a little underwhelming though, so I'm not surprised by that.
I
I'm
mean,
not surprised by
the
that.
storytelling made it very invested. It was off the rep. I will firsthand say this match wasn't better than the Jade versus Naomi match. I'll say that. Is why I have to give it a 3.5.
Yeah, because people were more tuned into that match because of the history. You know what I
Mhm.
mean?
They
So
really set it up properly, and they did what they could do in the time that they had, especially when it's their first time going up against one another, like actually getting their hands on one another.
I love the fact that they got a WrestleMania moment. Like seriously,
Mm-hmm.
like Naomi with her being out when she was out for a while, and
Mm-hmm.
then they actually being out due to whatever she had going on, was it personal reasons, or she was injured or on IR or whatever it was.
Mm-hmm.
But they actually got their WrestleMania moment, so that was pretty cool.
And some people don't have to walk around on other wrestling shows wearing 4 different championships at one time and just saying they really undisputed and whatnot. But we're not gonna get into that.
We know who the real undisputed champs are, and they came through Monday Night Raw and WWE SmackDown. So,
And it is,
um,
man.
oh dang, I gotta, but I get the match at 4.
You give Charlotte versus Tiffany a 4-star match.
I get that match at 4, but just
Interesting.
just the match, I give the match at 4. Because Tiffany really shined, bro. Tiffany shined. She did. She shined tonight. Um, I'm definitely going to rewatch this again. I'm gonna try to watch the entire event before night 2 starts tomorrow. Just to
That's gonna
just
be a pretty interesting task, but I think you can pull it off.
I don't think so, buddy. But um, but yeah, I'm committed to WWE over the next 2 days. Like literally, I have nothing planned but WWE. Like seriously.
You see how much of a sneaky link he sounds when he says that. Because why is it only for the next 2 days?
Cause man, well, next 3 because we rolling right into Monday Night Raw. But all right.
Man, you got to be tapped in all the way, man. You know, you can't just pick and choose all the time,
You
man.
know I'm tapped in. I'm a Monday Night Raw guy. I don't even watch SmackDown. Like I'm tapped in. Like
See, that right there, that's his problem right there, man. I don't know what he's been told, but everybody knows the flags in blue really know what it do. So
man, Roman. Look, this who made that show popular. John Cena did when he went there. AJ Styles
economics,
did.
man.
AJ Styles did. Roman Reigns did. Those are the people who made SmackDown, who put SmackDown on the map.
Let's not sit here and act like Bailey didn't do her job. Now let's not sit.
Who Bailey?
Yeah, let's not sit here and act like Bailey didn't put on for the blue brand and whatnot, man.
Bailey definitely put on for the Blue Band. But I was speaking about the rather men wrestlers rather. But what I would say, oh, main event time. CM Punk, Secretary Saint, Roman Reigns, Tribal Chief, the OTC, Seth Rollins, the Visionary.
I mean, man, I think it goes without saying. I think we all know who this is a 5-star match. I don't really think to speak on anything like this was a main event of main events. You know, you got straight hands. You got it thugging out. You got real real war activities going on here, man. Storytelling to to twists and turns. They knew how to build this properly. So
And they built it properly, man. Like it was so, like I said, I already spoke my piece on it, but this was very well put together. Like even it's not many things you could do from 10 years ago to bring it to a head like this. And they did it very well. They did it very well. It's not many stories you can put together over a course of 10 years and make it make sense 10 years later. You know what I mean? So
mm-hmm.
this is pretty good. This is pretty good. And it always give you those visuals, those flashbacks of different moments in the past, like
Mm-hmm.
that, that Paul Heyman had with Brock and Roman, or the moment that Seth had with Roman, or the moment that Roman had with Seth just last year. You know, it gives you flashbacks of the past, and then just CM Punk just being there for the first time ever. You know what I mean? So
Mm-hmm.
it just gives you a whole different dynamics to think about, and then just flashbacks with Paul Heyman over the couple of months, man. WWE been cooking. They been cooking,
Mm.
cooking. They been cooking, bro, for real,
Mm.
man. Um, Overall, man, I think that's a W performance. But
This is a quality first night back into the main shift of WrestleMania, man.
yeah, this definitely was
It,
welcome home tour, welcome to WrestleMania night.
it was a
I'm,
good
I'm
start up.
very The match that I'm really interested in seeing tomorrow outside of the main event is Drew versus the wannabe Undertaker, Damian Priest. But
Okay, man, we not gonna we not gonna disrespect Damian Priest like he can't hold his own. We get it, the man's 40 and whatnot, but that's not the point here.
he can
Um,
hold his own. He can hold his own. We know that. He's been the heavyweight champ. He just botch. He botches stuff. You know what I
and
mean?
man, when you that size, man, you can't be picture perfect all the time now.
He botches stuff, bro.
Some things and some limbs aren't meant for the way they are, man. But I think we all
But
know which match I'm looking forward to the most. It's definitely gonna be the match that kicks the show off, cause um,
oh Bianca.
all this Rhea Ripley talk, all this EO Sky. Respectfully,
Oh,
I'm gonna be.
oh Ellie 79. What's up? What's up? What's up? What it do?
I genuinely don't understand why EO Sky is really involved in this situation, but it is what it is. So
I think Io Scott, somebody got to take the pen, bro. I would love to see
I don't
just
care who it
Bianca
is,
Belair,
as long as Bianca's doing the penny.
bro. Bianca Belair and Rhea Ripley straight up head to head. That's what I want to see. I don't want to see no triple threat.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
You know, another one bites the dust of properly complaining your way in the match. I love how no one wanted to address the elephant in the room. That why didn't Liv Morgan get a rematch? Like, like we can't.
I don't even think Liv Morgan addressed that.
And I don't think she can because like the way that rivalry was set up, they both wanted to be done with facing
That
one another. So, but it's like
that's
still,
just,
she was the champion, and she did beat her twice with that belt. We got Liv and Raquel defeating Lyra, and it should be Bailey, but there's a chance we might get a surprise because Bailey supposedly is pulling out of the match to quote unquote give someone a chance, or she got attacked during the pre-show today. So yeah, during the pre-show, something to that nature. Yeah, according to Adam Pierce. So
like Brock
I
Lesnar
think that's
pop up.
unnecessary, but I think
I honestly I never seen them really fight though. Like not how I wanted to.
yeah.
Randy Orton RKO him a couple of times, but man, I think we're
Randy
gonna end it
Orton,
on this.
Randy Orton was the one that got busted open. So
Hey, look, that would go crazy. But we ain't gonna get into that, right? We don't did our ratings. We'll wrap it up right here. Definitely a good combo, bro. Looking forward to tomorrow. We're gonna do the same thing tomorrow, man. Y'all tune back in tomorrow. We do a recap. I'm gonna do a live stream while I'm watching it. Of course, I can't show WrestleMania while I'm doing it, but I'm gonna be reacting
no,
to it
nobody
as
want no problems with Triple H and his money.
yeah, yeah.
Me and him already had a whole conversation about this man is slowly becoming the Disney of wrestling in general. So
Yeah, I ain't got time to fight that case. I ain't got no money to beat him. So
I don't think no one does. That's kind of why you got to play the game.
so been time to play the game, baby. W night one WrestleMania 41 out to a great start. Stroy, thank you for tuning in, bro.
Absolutely, man. We got to talk about it. Got to really get in
Okay.
there, man. All jokes aside, I'm getting a little tired of you taking everything from me, but that's besides the point, man. There's still love on this end. It may not be love in that ring, but it is what it is.
Hey, don't shoot the messenger, man. But look, check
I
this
can
out.
shoot you because it's your fault. I can shoot you.
Hey, man. WWWWW. That's all I got to say. WWWWW.
At what cost? I mean, you technically didn't have a soul, but that's besides the point.
It sounds like somebody been up. But tomorrow, we back at it. John Cena, Cody Rhodes, and main event, Bianca Belair. Those are two people that I feel like has to win. I feel like John Cena has to win for us, the WWE Universe, and
Cena
Bianca
has to win
Belair.
for the culture.
And Bianca Belair has to win for the culture. You feel me? So those two people, even John Cena got to win for the culture too. You know
Really,
what I'm saying?
Bianca got to win for the city, man. Bianca got to win for the people. It ain't even about the culture for her. It's just as a quality representation of black excellence. Bianca has to win this. But
Yeah.
now John, on the other hand, you f the game up with this one. Like a farewell tour is crazy. Like you being dumb, man. My thing is, if Mark Calloway can go to he's 56 and be 21-1, why can't you continue? But
Hey, bro, everybody ain't built like that, man.
well, as you can see during life, clearly the dead man wasn't either. But he didn't quit.
Nah, he ain't quit, but how old he is now? 100?
No, that man's not 100. He should be about 59 now.
That man like 100, bro.
Man, that's kind of how the dead works. When you were dead, man, age don't really affect you as much. Why am I always getting sacked?
Well,
Why am I
man,
always getting sacked?
we're gonna holler at y'all tomorrow.
Appreciate y'all for real.
73.
Thank you for having me, young brother.
Always, man. We back at it tomorrow.
Absolutely.